What's up, YouTubers? It's Keith here making a video, you guys. I know it's been a while. It's probably been actually over a month since my last video. Today is the January the 19th, Thursday. It's not my normal day off, but I had some issues regarding work. That's why I'm here. Nevertheless, you guys, I'm making another video. My last video was on the open carry. As you know, January 1st of 2012, you can no longer open carry in the state of California. That just applies to sidearms, to pistols, but you can still open carry long rifles and shotguns. So it's stupid, and there's a reason for that. I know why they're getting that, because, I mean, if you think about it, if you see a guy open carrying, which is, you know, we can in California, AR-15 walking down the street, or a guy carrying a pistol that's holstered, that's displayed, who do you think the people who will get freaked out would call first, would report first? The guy with the assault rifle, or a shotgun, or the guy with a pistol, a firearm? It's just you know, bunch of games. But anyways, I just want to make a correction, you guys, on that. That bill was passed by, and it was signed by people who have, the guy who was pushing for it to get passed, it has a concealed carry permit. You know, it's ironic. But anyways, just make a correction on that. Nevertheless, you guys, I'm back. I took a while off, you guys, just, you know, focusing on my family and stuff. But anyways, you guys, I'm back. A lot of things have been happening, as you can imagine. The NDAA bill was passed. The defense for the indefinite imprisonment of American citizens was passed by your President Barack Obama. But that's some heavy stuff, you guys. Am I surprised? No way. All the preppers and everybody knows that, you know, they're pushing for martial law, and that's not just going to happen overnight, you guys. It has to build up. I mean, before this bill that was passed, there was, you know, if you go back to the Patriot Act, and, you know, it's just everything's speeding up at a rapid pace, but it's not surprising. It shouldn't be surprising to you guys. Can't just, martial law just can't happen. Things just can't happen without it a gradual building up to it. And so that's what's happening. Okay, is it surprising? No, I'm not surprised. But anyways, go on here on YouTube, you guys, and go to you can go to the Young Turks network here on YouTube. That they do a good cover of what that bill, the NDAA bill that was passed, along with the HR 1540 was passed. But they go into it in depth and show you how all this stuff that was passed and how it's not constitutional, and, you know. But I'm not worried about that. I know it's going to get a lot worse, so I can't do anything about that. So I'm prepping myself, my family, urging my friends to do the same. Speaking of prepping, today, as a matter of fact, I just unboxed my new knife. It's a bushcrafting knife. You guys, if you guys hasn't seen my video that I made about my Mora Triflex, I think it was that Mora video that I made about a little while back. This is its little brother. This is the Mora. It's made in Sweden. If you guys don't know about Mora knives, and you're new to the prepping family and community, definitely, if you're going to invest in a bushcrafting knife, definitely get a Mora. They're very inexpensive, but they're very well made, which is a combination that's hard to find when you're talking about survival gear, knives, anything of that nature. This right here is the Mora Clipper. It's in the OD green, olive drab coloring. There's a red one, a black and red one. It's the same exact blade, just different color. This is the OD. This is the olive colored blade, which I like it. I'm prior service. I just like the whole OD green, and a lot of you do as well. Plus, it's good for for camouflage. But anyways, this, I'm not going to go over the specs, you guys. I just wanted to show you guys. I got this. Now you can get these as cheap as $8. It's a yeah, $8. This one I got online, delivered at my door, $19.99. Yeah, it's a little pricey, but you know, I didn't have to go anywhere, and it's well made. It's well made, you guys. I'm not gonna go over the specs, but the only thing I don't like about the Mora knives, the blades, are the sheaths. It's like a, I mean, you can see guys that make them out of PVC. That's basically what it is. It's like a polymer PVC type material. It's got a little nub right here with some jibbing on it, so your thumb to release the blade from the sheath. It has a belt. Now I like this. Now I'm not thrilled about their sheaths, but the buckle in itself, it's for your belt loop, but it's got a clip. It's kind of got some retention on it, but it's a clip that you can. It's not a loop. It's not a fixed loop, so you can slide this on and or off if you're going to put it on your MOLLE webbing or anything like that. It's not. You can take it off. It's not. You don't have to do any lacing or anything like that. Like I said, I'm not going to go over the specs, you guys. I'm just going to show you. It's not a beefy knife. Of course, you wouldn't use this like a camping knife, but you would use this for bushcrafting, for making you know, for making traps or snares or sharpening sticks. You know, you can baton with it. I wouldn't suggest it. That you can beat these blades to hell and they'd stand it, but if you look at the thickness, you guys, it's not that thick. This is a carbon. You can get this in a stainless steel or carbon. Now, if you guys don't know about alloys, yes, a stainless steel blade is good because, you know, the rust, all that jazz. But if you know how to take care of your stuff, you wouldn't worry about that. You would know how to do it. But this is a carbon steel blade, and I get all my knives in carbon steel. And this is treated. It's not just a regular piece of steel. But the edge, the back, the I forget how you call this, the bone or whatever you call this, but the back of the blade right here is it's not really. I mean, they didn't even really clean it up. I don't know why, but anyways, I'm gonna take my grinder with a flapper wheel and just hit it real quick and put a nice edge on there for my fire steel, so I can get a good spark off of that. But I'm gonna do that just for the back, probably about 1.5 inches maybe. This is a clipper. I mean, look at the reviews, you guys. You can go on here on YouTube for the reviews, but this thing is just sharp. It's a Mora knife. It comes out of Sweden. You guys, there, you're just sharp as hell. I'll show you right now if you want. This is a now this is how you test the sharpness of a blade. If you guys don't know, get a piece of paper and go like that. And you guys see that thing is just, I don't know if I did it high enough. You see that, you guys? I did not put a grind on this. This is out of the box. It's a Scandi grind on the blade itself, but the ergonomics on this is just amazing. It feels right. It's well balanced. It's just, I mean, it's got a good grip to it. I mean, this thing is really nice. It doesn't have a lanyard hole. But if you're wondering why, it's because it's a bushcraft knife. I mean, you shouldn't really need it. You're not going to do any chopping or batoning with this. That's why people complain about it. Well, it doesn't have a lanyard hole. Well, you shouldn't need one. You know, you shouldn't need one on a knife like this, on a blade like this. You're not going to be doing some crazy, stupid stuff with it. That's why you should have more than one knife. You have your knife that you use for batoning, and a good blade that you can abuse, and then you have this where you can make spoons and forks and whatever you need to around the campsite, or like I said, for making arrow heads, sharpening sticks for arrows. That's one of the girls, man. Sissy, I'm making a video, Mama.
I'm done.
Okay, you're done. Throw it in the trash. Thank you. Okay, you want to sit with me? But anyways.
See that.
Okay. Careful, baby. Don't touch. That's my youngest, Stella. But anyways, you guys, I just wanted to show that with you. This my new Mora Clipper, guys. Very inexpensive and well-trusted bushcrafting knife. Now, the other things, I'm just gonna make this quick, you guys. I'm just gonna make this quick, you guys, because I got the girls, mom's at work. But the other thing that came out, you guys, I'll touch more on the bill, the detention bill passed a little later on. A buddy of mine, it goes by the name of N7, spelt 7, and then 777. Just want to say what's up to you, buddy. I'll get more on how I feel about that bill later, but the other thing I want to talk about, you guys, is the strange sounds being heard worldwide. Now, if you remember, in mid-August is when a video went viral on the sound in Canada. I think it was in Ontario, in Canada, where they heard this sound. But one thing I want to point out is that along with the sound was a vibration that could be felt. You don't want it? Okay, baby, can you go watch TV, please? Go with Sophia. I'll be right there, baby. Go, bye. Give me 1 minute. Alright, you guys, sorry about the interruption. What I was saying before, you guys, is about the strange noises that have been heard around the world. If you remember, back in August sometime is when that first story broke out. But they were saying how there was vibration along with the noise. Now, if you think about it, if you do your research and studies about underground bases and drilling and stuff like that, and you see pictures of these huge government contracted companies drilling these huge underground facilities, when you drill that stuff, the power is amazing, and it makes sound is what it does. I mean, if you ever worked on a drilling site or a drilling platform, when you're drilling into the earth, it makes a sound. And now you're talking about a hole that's, probably 4 or 5 feet, and that's small. Now, and that makes noise and it hums. But if you can imagine the size of the holes that they're drilling, I don't know. I'm not gonna. Everybody has their own speculations, you guys, and I'm not saying that's what it is. Anybody who ever makes a comment on these videos, you guys, every comment you read is pure speculation, you guys. It's pure speculation. Nobody knows for a fact. Nobody knows for a fact. And until someone gets a video and hunts down where that sound is coming from, it's just speculation. So I'm not gonna sit here and claim to know what that sound is. It's eerie, yes. But if you notice, you guys, it's not happening in major areas. Okay? It's not. If that happened here in LA, in California, the people would not let it up. Now it's happening in places that are rural. Now if you think about it, where would they drill? Where are these underground bases are? They're in rural areas, mountainous regions. And that's where all these noises can be heard from. Now I'm not saying that's what it is, you guys. It could be a lot of things. It could be related to harp and frequencies, and it could be a sound related to frequencies, high frequencies, low frequencies, whatever the case may be. But they got Sonia over at the Truth of Girls, she made a video about that, and shared this post that was by this engineer or this scientist over in Japan, how he's saying it's protons and neutrons and electrons colliding, and well, you know what? Yeah, that's great. I've never heard this, and if that was the truth, it would have happened numerous times in the past or recent years, whatever the case may be. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to shoot that down. But it could be a number of things. And people say, well, it's the 7 trumpets in Revelation that the book of Revelations talks about. No, it's not. It's not. If you think it's that, you need to get your New King James Version or whatever Bible you have and really read Revelations and the last 7 books of Revelations. Because I'll tell you one thing right now. Yes? Yeah. My wife came home. But anyways, like I was saying, if you think it's that, no. Because those 7 trumpets, when they start going, no. The things that follow that and the things that lead up to that is, you know, devastating. So, and it's completely, it's different, man. You guys, we got a lot of stuff still has to happen before we get to those trumpets, 7 trumpets. A lot of stuff has to happen, okay? And we aren't there yet, you guys. There's a guy, I forget his name, Joe something, I forget his username. But anyways, every video he makes is like, we got a little time left, you know, it's happening now, and it's so negative, you know, and it's like Joe Talk, there, I think that's what his name, Joe Talk. He makes some good videos. I can't say that I agree with him, but you know, whatever, on 100%. But you know, a lot of people don't agree with me, you know, and that's fine. He's well entitled to his view and opinion, and it's good that he's sharing it with other people. And you guys should do the same thing. A lot of people talk trash, but they don't share their feelings. You know, it's easy to just comment about how someone's. But people, bloggers and people who are making YouTubes, are taking the time to share how they feel about topics that we are all interested in. So, I mean, don't disrespect, you know what I mean? Show some respect. You have to agree? No. But, you know, I don't see a lot of people making their own videos and views and putting them out there, you know. But anyways, like I was saying, but every video he's putting out is like, recent videos he's been out is like, you know, that's it, we're at the end, any day now. You know, you guys, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But there is a lot of stuff that still has to happen. Now, this bill being passed, you guys, yes, it's gonna pass. Things have to happen. There's going to be a great downfall. Okay, you can't prevent it or stop it or have a protest to try and make that not happen. It's got to happen. Okay. But when the downfall of religion, false religion, once that starts happening, then it's going to be, man, it's going to be real quick. But I just wanted to make this video and get it out there, tell you guys that it's been a while, but I'm making a video now and sharing it. And you know, if you want a good fixed blade for your bug out bags or EDC, everyday carry, whatever it is, goes in your car, this is a good blade to have. Very good blade to have. So take care, you guys. Remain positive, and don't worry, you guys. Whatever happens, you know, just ride it out to the end. Draw close to your family and loved ones, and stay positive. And I'll make another video, you guys, soon. But I'll go into some other stuff. So take care, you guys. Get your stuff together. Get your family together and on the right page. Have a plan, then make another plan, and have another plan after that, in case, you know, one of those plans don't fall through. So take care, you guys. Much love. Stay positive, and remember, you guys, it doesn't matter what happens around you, but what matters is what happens within you. Take care, much love, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey.